If you're new to adventure riding, or maybe you've just moved to the Gold Coast, you might want to stick around, because in this video I'm going to take you through and show you one of my favorite day trip loops, starting and finishing at Canungra. Let's go. Just getting fuel here at Canungra. And I had these two blokes come up to me and say they watch my YouTube channel, which is awesome. So I had a good chat with them for a bit. Grant and Dave over there. Thanks for watching, guys. Love that kind of stuff. Pull up, have a chin wag to a couple of blokes about riding, and yeah, awesome. Welcome back to another video, guys. Today I'm doing a little bit of a day trip, starting at Canungra, going through Duck Creek Road, Rathdowney, Woodinbong, all that kind of stuff, heading up through Tiny's Lookout just after Corella, and then we're going to do Geiger Road to finish the loop, heading back to Canungra. So it should be a good little trip. I thought I might put together a day trip, just a video for those people out there that maybe you're new to the Gold Coast, or maybe you're just getting back into riding off-road or getting into adventure riding. You've never done it before. This is going to be one of those loops that you can try that's not going to be too hardcore, and there's going to be a good blend of road riding and off-road riding as well, that hopefully shouldn't get you too far out of your comfort zone. So we're looking at about a 7-hour round trip today. I'm not going to be flogging the guts out of the bike down the highway, and it should be good fun. So let's kick things off. Quite often you'll come up here and they'll be doing road works along here, just because, you know, the mountains obviously come down in bad weather and going across the road. So while you do have this overwhelming urge to just twist the throttle on and get stuck in coming up these twisties, definitely proceed with caution. The road surface, it's not the best, and I've been up here quite a few times and come around a corner and there's just been like very large rocks in the middle of the road. So yeah, you're better off just taking in that scenery and enjoying the ride for what it is. Never gets old going through here. Such a cool little just path cut out, little road cut out through the rock there. So Cameron Lookout, this is on the way to Duck Creek Road. It's really worth it because it's such a short distance off that main road there, and you know, the views are just beautiful. On a clear day you can see Brisbane from here, which is kind of right just sort of through the middle of those two mountains there. You look straight through there and that's basically Brisbane. Definitely worth a quick ride through. Probably one of my favorite things about adventure riding is you can go through like rainforest environments like this, and then all of a sudden you just, you know, hitting up some back trail on the way through to some other town. It's just, I really do like all of the bitumen stuff like this, just as much as the off-road stuff. It's what sort of, I think, makes the journey and makes your trip a little bit more complete. You get a piece of everything. Wallaby is probably the most popular lookout up here. There's actually a few sort of little ones along the way. Obviously, as you can see, the view's pretty awesome. Duck Creek Road. This do-it-yourself road was officially opened on the 18th of September 1988. So the whole way down Duck Creek Road, they've got kind of like these little landmarks There you go, Tompkins Rise. Trail used to be quite a bit easier. The weather's had a bit of an impact on, you know, making some of this quite washed out, and with obviously little track maintenance, it's become a bit more difficult. I'd probably still class it in the low to moderate difficulty, depending on your skill level of off-road riding, and then obviously some sections of this track are going to be more difficult than others. When I was talking to those two blokes I met at the servo at Canungra, they'd not long come up through here, and they said that the bottom was really bad at the moment. So low to moderate difficulty. If you're coming through here, just really going to want to make sure you either take it very slow, or if you're going to give it a bit of a hard time, you know, make sure you got a bike that's got decent suspension travel, because you're going to need it. Three Sisters, Black Boy Grove, Glandor Lookout. That one was Mike O'Reilly Ridge, I think. Now there's only two gates through this entire track. One of them sort of through the middle, which we're not too far from coming across, and then there's one down the bottom that is more often than not open. So yeah, you'll definitely need to jump off your bike at some point through here to open a gate or two. Going up from the bottom, from the Kerry side, is really fun. You definitely get a good bit of arm pump coming up here. Jeez, they weren't wrong. It is a bit sort of washed out down here, isn't it? So this is the first gate halfway down. Navigate these chunkier rocks. There's one down here. I think this is another little lookout. I can never remember what this one's called though. Franklin Bros Lookout. Yeah, so as we were sort of getting closer to the bottom, it's going to get a little bit more difficult. Last time I come through here was probably maybe 3 or 4 months ago, and you could still sort of sneak around some of the side tracks. It's not like you've got to go through the guts of them, so take it easy, don't rush it. Try not to whiskey throttle anything, and you'll be just fine. Towers Bend. As you can sort of see, that used to actually be the track, and now you just got to sort of go beside it. Pretty washed out. So that's pretty much the main part of Duck Creek Road. This is the entrance part from the bottom. So when you come from the bottom as well, they're obviously going to have all these road closed signs. So to be fair, yeah, just disregard them. Proceed at your own risk, we'll say. Darlington Connection Road. Innes Plain. Alright. Straight through to Rathdowney. Through Rathdowney now. Onwards to Woodinbong. Woodinbong. Alright, if you're going to stop anywhere, stop in at the Pit Stop Cafe. They do great coffee and great caramel slice. Let's get out of here! From here to Corella. This is where we turn right onto White Swamp Road, and then the loop starts to take us back north. Wait. Good job. I just want to go through, guys. Don't mind me. Headgate Road. You've got Headgate Road, which takes you through to the head, which is basically one of the entrance ways to Condamine River Road if you want to go that way. There's plenty of different sort of roads around this area that you can change this loop if you want, customize it, make it, you know, make it your own little adventure. But this way, going through White Swamp, you know, south from Corella, heading north, it is just a really good fun little loop. Back into Queensland. This is one of the nicest parts about this ride, hey, is just coming over the top, looking out over the valley, and you know, I could only imagine what living here would be like. It'd just be so awesome. I tell you what, every time I come here, it's really beautiful. It's definitely one of those rides that you don't get sick of. Alright, as you can see, White Swamp, Boona to Burnett Creek Road. That's Fletcher Road. That's where we're going. Well, this is it. This is Tiny's Lookout. This area through here. Really cool little area to stop and have a bit of a sticky beak. Please, take your time. Oh shit. You're alright. There's just something about day rides that they got that vibe about them. You're out ripping out on your bike for the day, just having an absolute blast, and at the end of it you get to go home and just fall into a heap on the couch or in bed. And man, I just love it, hey, it's just so much fun. Down there with the boats out, the jet skis out, camping, Lake Maroon. Alright. So just on the other side of Maroon, you want to take this left onto Cannon Creek Road, heading towards Cannon Creek. And that there is Milford. Alright, so that's the end of Cannon Creek Road. You want to take a right at Wimmers Hill Road. I had to dab some rear brake then. Just a wheelie kind of day, I think. I don't know why. Sometimes I just like doing wheelies. Turn right on the Green Hills Road. Jesus. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, Geiger Road. Everyone's obviously been ripping through here for the day. Alright, so this is the beginning of Geiger Road, or the end, whichever side you come from. Turn off Green Hills Road onto this one, pops you out the other side near Allendale. This one's fun. Oh, that section's so much fun, eh? Just on it, climbing the hill. I love wearing the shorter boots on these day trips just because, I mean, I'm not sort of ripping through a heap of single trail. There's a lot lower risk of getting staked, so yeah. They just me work steel cut boots, but love wearing a shorter boot on these day trips. So Geiger Road's obviously, I would personally put it a little bit higher in terms of difficulty than Duck Creek Road. So you're sort of starting this trip, warming yourself up and finishing on sort of the more difficult end of the off-road stuff. Not crazy hard. A lot of this stuff you can go around, but it is definitely the difficult sort of portion of the trip in terms of how you're going to go with your off-road skill. So there's a perfect example. You're obviously not going to go off the guts of it. Just take your time. Don't do anything crazy like grab a fistful of brake. Don't whiskey throttle it and you'll be just fine. The other thing about this sort of this track is you don't have to do this part. Even if you were to end the trip just after, you know, Cannon Creek Road, it's still a really good loop. This isn't an absolute must to do this part. This is just more of like a bit of a novelty to close off the day. Right side, get past those rocks. Take this left line, probably stay up this side for a bit, zigzag a little, over to the right, got a little fistful over some of this stuff. Try and stand up as much as possible so I don't have poor balance. There you go, Geiger Road. That's like literally it. Gate to gate, that's obviously the hard part. Like I said, you could sort of avoid some of it coming up this backside. Coming up would be more difficult than going down because you could just roll over some of the stuff. So worth considering when you're planning your trip. You can just take stuff out that you think might be a little bit too difficult. If you don't want to do Geiger Road, just cut it off the end of your trip. Onward. We're still going to follow this sort of easier dirt road out to make it to the end of the trail. You know, I think most people out there, even the old veterans that have been riding these roads for ages, I'm sure they're watching this video, or they've probably clicked off by now. they're watching this video and they're thinking, yawn, I've been doing that for years, it's not that hard. The road doesn't have to be hard, or the loop doesn't have to be that complex for you to have a cracking time on it. So get out there, give it a crack and have some fun on your bike. It's what it's all about at the end of the day, guys. just like that, we're back in Canungra. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you go out and ride this little loop, have some fun with it, or change some parts of it that you don't want to do, or that maybe you don't think you'll like, and create your own adventure. So as always guys, thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.